Therefore, they all show on the screens and you'll be akeke. But then you see His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in the background. And you also see a Korean man and an Asian man in the picture together with a young baby on also Asian and probably ne mami and intimi ne mami because a black ni any a friend is saying a bibini any Korean in a wo yanka abofran skin be toni kakra. Inti fan say a nanny. Na papa you onyo obi new. Okay, the dika can one sem e will krum hase. Now you'll be a follow man yourself and I'll follow this particular platform. You realize that for some time ago, no, yeah, by platform you so any day a year update Ebra will say a year His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was appointed by Pebi as a year ambassador to South Korea and North Korea. So ambassador to South Korea. Now Sandy Pana was appointed on Sandy Pano, your friend Kojo Choi. Now Kojo Choi, you know. I'm not say Kojo Choi Japanese ni ose Korean ni ebe man position they be entesa. The issue here is papa you know what's not Ghana che pa. It's you know this is the man we are talking about on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Abraham Mahama in Sashe okopiemu ewo Korea nano South Korea nano. So this is them. So this man has actually lived in Ghana. Ne papa ne mame nyina ete say omo ye Korea for but omo omatena krum ha ache pa yi. Enu you know oko school SHS ewo Ghana. In fact, university ya dia de nyina okọ ewo Ghana ama waware kra awo ewo Ghana. Na enam so ntino sana wakoye obi a se bi wawa krom ha ache no ene the contribution no President Mahama eman eye position. Now far from all of this no ye man position man for bibri ekasa but then papa we no me no ka say no ukonu krom South Korea. He is a true blazer. I didn't make us video and Saka say they are actually hailing this man. Since papa we no I friend no ambassador Kojo Choi no me no ka say okechi ni adiade ene e say ne ba no kra kechi ne ba no ekechi ye ja sa audio we e ma otu sana ne ba ketekete a wa no kra okechi na yesana na yedi kan no ukọ eye South Korea papa you know ya granting interview about their biggest TV station which is really like GTV in Ghana. Ama no they are two just say opportunity awe nya no or the Ghana for culture ba Korea and on the Korea for so culture ba Ghana and ye obeti Rainbow Radio ye dia brochi aba Ghana ye the Ghana crap brochi it we have the video involved kwa show video ni atie insema ambassador Choi okan ye insema ebra one sa Korea TV network ki kasa ye and some more kind about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and also how South Korea and Ghana we can come together and answer some of the possible things a bit maya. Ultimately though at the end of the day no we can all live together peacefully not just be who be into your best kakra not just city for your babaka your betuaso.
As Korean culture continues to reach audiences worldwide, it has become a powerful language of diplomacy, fostering mutual understanding. Today, we meet a figure at the heart of that shift, Ghana's ambassador to the Republic of Korea and the first Korean-born person to hold the post, Ambassador Kojo Choi. His unique journey reflects how the Korean wave has moved beyond cultural exchange toward deeper trust and connection. Let's hear how Korean culture is viewed from Ghana and explore the future of cultural diplomacy together. Ambassador Kojo Choi, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Welcome.
Hello, Ambassador. Thank you for having me.
All right, Ambassador Choi, you returned to Korea and you are now the ambassador of Ghana to Korea. So that alone is fascinating. So you describe yourself as Ghanaian-Korean. Tell us a little bit more about what that identity means to you.
When I'm asked questions to describe myself in the best manner, I tell them I was born in Korea, but I was brought up in Ghana. But it actually has more meaning to that. We normally see when something is made, someone say it is made in somewhere but designed somewhere else. I was born there, so I was born here. So the principles and the foundation comes from Korea. But I was actually built and designed and molded in Ghana. So more of values and those aspects of software is more of Ghana.
Very interesting how you put that. And Ambassador Choi, so since late last year, you've been serving as Ghana's top envoy to Korea. So when you first took on this role, what emotions or thoughts came to mind?
This job requires me to be more of institutional than personal. So I looked more into the perspective of the nation Ghana. Personally, just to mention a bit, it was a call of duty, responsibility. But beyond that, I looked at the nation Ghana, how far the nation, my nation, has come in embracing the international and globalization. You know, the acceptance to the diversity and inclusion. So I was very proud that this has come from Ghana.
Excellent. And how exactly did you come to become appointed as the Ghana ambassador?
I guess my introduction speaks for itself in a manner. Somebody who has learned the culture, has lived the culture, who understands both cultures, of course, both languages. Being able to have such personality as one's citizen becomes a very instrumental tool for that very country and fostering that diplomacy in very different fronts. So me becoming one, I believe, was a great and brilliant decision made by our president and the nation, our Ghanaian people. Actually, are saying to that was a brilliant decision that the president has made.
Excellent. And as Ghana's ambassador to Korea, what do you think is the most important mission for you to give out as a message?
For every ambassador, the mission is very clear. There's no personal opinion of mine. Every entire opinion is of my nation, Ghana, and that of the president. And the reason why President sent me here is clear. We want the best relationship between the our two countries, Ghana and Korea. And looking at it closely, Ghana and Korea is positioned very, very well. Ghana has what Korea doesn't, and Korea doesn't have what Ghana has. So when you have two entities that are complementarily positioned, I believe that gives you the best partnership. That is where I see Ghana and Korea is. And as your question is, my job is to establish that best cooperation and friendship between Ghana and Korea.
So could you maybe elaborate on what Ghana does not have, what Korea has, and what Korea does not have, what Ghana has? Would there be maybe some examples you could name?
Looking at how Korea developed from nowhere after the war, Korea has vast experience of industrialization, technology, plenty of patents that Korea has, which hasn't even yet been introduced commercially. Yet Korea doesn't have the resources. So Korea is always looking at the best places where they could source the best raw materials. Ghana, on the other side, we also don't want to basically export the raw materials in a form. We're looking at ways of adding values, being able to, have that processed into more meaningful products. From the discussion that I've said, Ghana has a lot of resources. Ghana is rated as the #1 producer of gold in Africa. It has so many resources. You can look at from A to Z of resources, Ghana has. So looking at that partnership of one's needs, mutually beneficial position is very much agreeably found if we look into it.
I guess there's room for even more exchange from here on. And now let's dive a little deeper into culture, because that's what we talk about on our show most of the time. So do you feel that the Korean wave has gone beyond cultural consumption to actually have a positive impact on the economic and diplomatic ties between Korea and Ghana?
Most certainly. I believe that culture is only acquired when you live it. But K culture has become so strong in a manner that through the music and drama and food, Korea culture has proven that it actually has more power than just someone who has to live to learn it. So in Ghana, the K-drama is very popular. If you now turn on any television channels in Ghana, you get to see all the trendy Korean dramas.
Wow.
And of course, the food that we get to see on television, the home appliances we get to see on televisions, and it become part of our lives. And of course, when you walk around and they look at me without knowing that unless I'm a Ghanaian, but believing that I'm 100% Korean by citizenship, everybody becomes so nice and kind because they want to actually now experience the Korean culture. I hope you'll ask me about Ghanaian culture too.
Oh, yes, we are. Actually, Walter is going to.
I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Actually, basically the opposite question. Now, among Ghana's traditional culture, or creative content as well, what kind of elements do you think might resonate with the Korean audience?
Surprisingly, Ghana shares so much common in cultural aspects. And it's because, just like Korea, Ghana has kings and is quite a tribal society, but we actually boast the presence of the most prominent kingdom in Africa, that is in Ghana, called Ashanti Kingdom. And when there is a king, there is culture. There is beautiful dance. There's beautiful food and also fashion. So we have so much such quality cultural aspects that we want to showcase to you. But one aspect that I want to share today is that of the paintings and arts and sculptures. Ghana boasts authentic talents of artists. So I founded an art foundation in Ghana. It's called Art Africa Foundation. So we look at the best talents, those who actually paint and sculpt, and the quality that actually I come across are world-class materials. So I'm hoping to bring such talent to Korea, so that you get to see what I mean.
That would be wonderful.
Okay, so that was one part of the interview, of course. Unfortunately, because of our time, we can't play all of them. But very interesting. Uti some Kanya even saying, he said, we have a bigger king here in Ghana, a friend Otumfour said to reminiscing on how powerful the great Ashanti culture is. So these are things that ultimately, you hear of it and you feel very relieved and very great. So we'll come back to that issue